Hi, welcome back to Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my site, MacJacksonJr.com. Also on YouTube as well. Definitely take a look at some of our videos and information on cybercrimes and data security. This segment is called the Business Spotlight. In this Business Spotlight, we talk about companies and corporations, what businesses need to do to protect themselves from identity theft and fraud. In our last segment, we were talking about Equifax, and I was mentioning the things that are going on with Equifax, the latest news with their big data breach, and what you should do as a consumer to protect your data. We did talk about, yes, you should definitely freeze your credit, but also you should use all the tools and techniques that you have to monitor and watch transactions that you're involved with. Because with a data breach through Equifax or any sort of place where your personal identifying information is stolen, cyber hackers can take that data and they're building like a jigsaw puzzle about your identity, your profile, and they take that information and sell it to other cyber criminals. With that information that they have stolen from Equifax, they could compromise the home equity in your house. That's right, folks, because they meaning cyber criminals, could come up with fraudulent documents, and then with your signature, perhaps get a loan from a mortgage company within your name to take the equity out of your home. So it's very important that you check with your individual states, title companies as well, and see if there's any additional information that you can do with your title company and your county records as well. That's another one too. Homesteading, it's another one that I've been advised to that you should also take a look at with your home, and make sure that your information is solid and it cannot be taken away from you with these cyber thieves. We're always coming up with some other ways to get our information, our data, and we must be ahead of them. It's a cat and mouse game, folks, definitely cat and mouse. So that's with, the news I have with Equifax. Definitely stay tuned to this space. We'll have more information every week on what's going on with Equifax and their data breaches. Also in the news, there is a company out of Russia called Kaspersky. It's a software company that has antivirus software. Now, there's rumor has it that the software has malware built into it that's linked to Russia. Yes, that's right. Kaspersky has been an antivirus software that has been raved as very, very good, but we're also understanding that there's a possibility of having some data breaches and vulnerability within the software. As such, the military, that's right, the U.S. military has recommended to uninstall and delete all software applications from Kaspersky. So again, it makes you think, is it connected? Maybe, maybe not. But what we have found out is that the CEO of Kaspersky purportedly has connections to the Russian KGB as a previous KGB agent or trained by the KGB. So it's really interesting to see that. These, again, could be rumors, but we'll make sure we don't pass along any fake news here, but this is information that we have found and have researched. So if you are a Kaspersky user, I would suggest maybe not using that application. Check out a couple other ones that could give you better cybersecurity, antivirus protection with your devices. So the question we have to ask for businesses, if you're a business owner out there, what is the biggest cybersecurity threat to your business? What is the biggest cybersecurity threat to your business? More than just ransomware, folks. The biggest cybersecurity threat is where businesses are not mapping their cybersecurity threats to the company's bottom line. In other words, they're not linking it. If you have a data breach, how will it affect your bottom line, the cash in your company? It can affect it a lot because companies are not being proactive when it comes to cybersecurity. We all are aware of it. We say, wow, that's really terrible. It happened to some other business or some other company, but they don't think that it'll happen to them. And if it does happen to them, they figure we'll reinstall from a backup and we'll move forward. It's more than that, folks. There's a huge human error within technology. Technology is set up in a way that will continue to run in its best days flawlessly, continue doing the same things, putting a square peg in a square hole consistently without any coffee breaks, without calling in sick. Out of that, you take the human error out of it. Robotically, it can do it. So if you add the human element, problems can happen. Even in your business, mistakes can be made, and human mistakes. That's why it's so important that we keep our staff, people that we employ, educated and trained, so they will know what to expect if there ever is any threats of a cyber security breach within your organization. So we need to talk to your business owners. We need to talk to business owners with forums like this to become more aware than unaware, to become more proactive than active. It would get related to cyber attacks. In other words, if you're measuring cyber attacks, on one end we have our data breach, the other end we have financial losses, reputational damage, and legal entanglement. Legal entanglements because of a cybersecurity threat to organization. Let's take a look at these one by one. Financial losses. Well, what does that mean? If there is a data breach and information is stolen from a company, the cyber criminals can steal the corporate's financial records and try to acquire loans or access to their bank accounts and steal money from the organization. So they have financial losses. There's reputational damage, in the sense that companies will, it'd be harder for consumers, that is, to purchase or work with companies that have gone through a data breach. Statistically, it's shown through the Pew Research Group that companies that have had a data breach, 60% of those companies have gone out of business because of it, because customers are not loyal coming back if there's a data breach. And of course, the legal entanglements. Legal entanglements could be huge, folks. These legal entanglements could be fines and penalties put forth by state, local, and federal agencies, and international, the EU as well. There's also new regulations having foreign governments can sue a local U.S. company because of a data breach, folks, because the market now is global. It's international. These are some of the things that you should be aware of that can affect your business if there's a data breach. And what can you do about it? Oh, that's the next question. What can you do about it? What you can do about this, folks, is education. Education is our best defense against a cyber attack. With proper education, your employees could know and be up on the latest of what's going on in the world of cyber criminals, what they're trying to do to acquire information. One of the things I'd recommend that your staff does is to provide them with cybersecurity awareness training. This training can be done on a quarterly or biannual basis with their employees. They can get certified, where they can understand exactly what to do if there was a data breach. You should have policies and procedures in your organizations, policies that talk about an incident response. In other words, the reputation of your business. How fast did the company inform their customers of a data breach? What steps did they do meaning the company, do to protect the customer's data? If you can't answer any of those questions, if you have no idea and you are under attack for the cyber attack, your company can be liable for damages, ruin the company's reputation, and incur a lot of financial and legal entanglements. That's why it's very, very important to have this training. Some things that you would have in this training, besides just the incident response policy, would be a BYOD policy. In other words, employees bringing their own smart devices to the workplace, right? Understanding what does that mean, the proper use of them. How about changing your passwords? In our next segments, we'll talk about software programs that can help your employees out in maintaining and updated passwords within their workstation. These are just some of the things that you will learn, folks, having proper training within your organization. So the question comes back to you. How important is this to you? Well, if it's that important to you and you're important to your business, you should take the next step. And the next step would be contact my company, MJ Computer Concepts. My name is Mac Jackson Jr. Go to my website and sign up for one of our workshops, either off-site at a location within your town, anywhere in the country, or we can come to your office as well and provide customized training for your industry regarding cyber threats and vulnerabilities, assessments, and testing your employees with phishing tests, and give them a certification as well. More information you've done, you can mitigate the damage of identity theft and of cybercrimes within your organizations. To find out more, contact me again. That's MacJacksonJr.com, MacJacksonJr.com. Stay tuned for our next segment, folks. We're going to talk about some apps that you should have on your smart device to protect your workstations from identity theft and cybercrimes. We'll be right back after these messages.